Okay, hello everyone. Hi guys, how are you all? Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible and visible to everyone right now. So, today we have to discuss PPB Module B marathon. So, we have discussed Module A marathon in the last Sunday, and now we have to discuss Module B marathon. Everyone, very important module for exam point of view. Everyone, just kindly please like and share the video to the maximum you can. And if you haven't joined the session yet, kindly please subscribe this channel and press the bell notification icon. Everyone, you guys, okay? So let's start discussing the question. The very first question of this module B is which is or which of the following is not the cardinal principle of lending? So the question asked is very simple. So we have defined the six cardinal principle of lending. Which of the following is not the cardinal principle of lending? Safety, liquidity, public welfare, diversity, and purpose. So the correct answer is what, everyone? We have already discussed the six cardinal principle of lending. Which of the following is not the cardinal principle of lending? Everyone, please answer this question. So the correct answer is it's very easy question, very simple question, just a starter question for all of you. So the correct answer is everyone. So there are six cardinal principle of lending. What is cardinal principle means? A banker need to judge the loan application before making the lending decision based on these principles. So first they have to ensure the safety, they have to ensure the liquidity, means the liquidity shouldn't be locked up for a very long period of time. Public welfare, it is not a cardinal principle. So correct answer is C. Profit or profitization, you can say, is actually a cardinal principle of lending. A banker need to show that whatever the lending they are given, it should be profitable for the bank. Diversity diversity and the purpose. So these are the six cardinal, or these are the five cardinal principle of lending, and the last is the security. Okay, so these are the six cardinal principle of lending: safety, liquidity, profitization, diversity, purpose, and final the security. Clear? Now, next question. Choose the correct statement regarding the essential ingredient of a partnership firm. Essential ingredient of a partnership firm. First, there must be an association of two or more person. Two partnership can enter into a new partnership. Second, there must be sharing of profit and loss of the business, and sharing only profit but not loss is not allowed at all. Third, there must be a business that is trade, occupation, professional, that can be legal or illegal. So we have to choose the correct answer. We have to choose the correct statement here. Choose the correct statement regarding the regarding the partnership firm. Essential ingredient of a partnership firm. So the correct answer is what? Everyone, you guys, please answer this question and kindly share this video to the maximum you can. Everyone, kindly share this video to the maximum you can. So the correct answer is hmm. So first statement, there must be an association of two or more person. Okay, two partnerships can enter into a partnership. So when we are talking about the correct statement, there must be an association of two or more person. That is correct. Two partnership can enter into a new partnership. That is wrong. Two partnership cannot enter into a new partnership. Okay. Next, there must be sharing of profit and losses of the business, and sharing only profit but not loss is not allowed at all. That is also wrong. Sharing profit and loss is the basic thing. But if the partners are decided to share only profit, not loss, and the loss is bear by only one, that is also allowed. Third, there must be a business that is trade, occupation, or profession, that can be legal or that can be illegal. First, it should be legal only. So we have to choose the correct statement. None of these statements are correct here. The essential ingredient of the partner, none of these statement regarding the partnership is correct here. Okay, clear? Now, next question. Which of the following is not the part of 7 C's credit appraisal model? Which of the following is not the part of the 7 C's credit appraisal model? Character, capacity, capital, collateral, and changes. Everyone, please answer this question. 7 C's. 7 C's. So the correct answer is what? So I have defined the six cardinal principle of lending. And when we are talking about this security, to ensure the security, we have 7 C's model. Now, 7 C's include which of the following, and which of the following is not a part of 7 C's? Character, capacity, capital, collateral, conditions, cash flow, and credit worthiness. So these are the 7 cardinal principle of lending. Again, character, capacity, capital, collateral, condition, cash flow, and credit worthiness. If we talk about the changes, this is not a cardinal principle of lending. So the correct answer for this is E. The correct answer is E. Clear, everyone? Done? Yes or no? Good. Now next. If there are two items on the debit side of the customer's current account, a debit of rupees 1000 on 3rd March and 500 on 6th March in the year, and the borrower pays rupees 750 on 12th March. What does a banker is doing now? The sum will be appropriated first by reducing the earlier debit of rupees 1000 rather than decreasing a charge the later debt of rupees 5000. Second, the banker are now treating all the debits as one debt, both A and B or neither A nor B. So the correct answer for this is, everyone please answer this question. The correct answer for this is what? Everyone, please answer this question, guys. Very simple question. So there are two items on the debit side of the customer current account. A debit of rupees 1000 on 3rd March and 500 on 6th March. Okay, in a year, and the borrower pays rupees 750 on 12th March. Now, what it does a banker is doing now? So earlier, when we are talking about the earlier concept, the banker first appropriate the first debit amount, means 750 rupees credited is appropriated first with the 1000 rupees and then with later 500 rupees. This was the earlier approach of the banker, but now the bankers are treating all the debits as the one debt, means the debt is total 1500 and the borrowers pay 750. So 750 are adjusted toward 1500 debit amount, right? So banker are now treating all the debts as one debt. So B is the correct answer, everyone. Okay. Now, next question. On receiving the news of the death of the partner, the bank should stop the transaction in the running credit facility like cash credit overdraft to crystallize the liability of the deceased partner, make his or her estate liable for its dues, may allow the transaction in the separate account so the business of the firm is not adversely affected, or all of the above. Very easy question. You have to answer this question correctly. Everyone. Everyone, you guys, please answer. Everyone, please answer the question. So the correct answer is what? So Manasi is saying D, right? On receiving the news of the death of the partner, the bank should, yes, first stop the transaction in the credit facilities like cash credit overdraft crystallize the liability of the deceased partner, then make his or her estate liable for its due, and may allow the transaction in a separate account so that the business firm account is not adversely affected. So all of the above is the correct answer. I am Mansi. I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you? Now you should be preparing for the PPB exam, right? So you have only one PPB paper left. Hi Jyoti, how are you? So clear? Now next question. See, the main characteristics of a company is or are, it doesn't have its perpetual existence. Changes in its member affect its existence or identity. The share of a joint stock company are non-transferable. A company is not entitled to own and hold property in its own name. The shareholders' liabilities is unlimited. You have to choose the correct statement here. Everyone just choose the correct statement. And please like and share the video to the maximum you can so that various banker can be connected to this session. Everyone please answer this question, guys. Everyone, you guys, please answer this question. The main characteristics of a company is or are, it doesn't have its perpetual existence. Changes in its member affect its existence or identity. The share of a joint stock company are non-transferable. A company is not entitled to own and hold property in its own name. A shareholder's liability is unlimited. So the correct answer is what, everyone? So the correct answer is what, guys? Please answer this question. First, it doesn't have its perpetual existence. False. When we are talking about the company has the perpetual existence. It means that if there are any changes in its member, it does not affect any of its existence or identity. Okay, if the members are leaving, new board members are joining, there are shareholders who are leaving, new are joining, it doesn't affect the existence and identity of that company as an individual. Second, the shares of the joint stock companies are non-transferable. So if we talk about the share of the joint stock company, so joint stock company, the share are freely transferable. Okay, a company is not entitled to own and hold property in its own name. Again, false. A company is entitled to own and hold property in its own name, and the shareholders' liability is unlimited. False. A shareholder liability is limited to the extent of share they have in that particular company. So if we talk about the main characteristics, first, second, third, and fourth, all are wrong. So none of the above is the correct statement. Clear? Now next, a one-person company may lose its status if paid-up capital exceed dash or average annual turnover is more than dash in the dash immediate preceding consecutive years. We have four options here. So you have to choose that if there is a 1% company, their paid-up capital shouldn't be exceeding what? Their average annual turnover shouldn't be exceeding what? In the last preceding consecutive year. How much immediate preceding consecutive year? Everyone, please answer this question. Very simple, very easy. Please answer this question. So, Manasi is saying 50 lakhs, 1 crore and 2 years. Again, everyone, please just like and share the video, guys. Whoever is watching the session, just please like and share the video. So 1% company may lose its status if the paid up capital exceed, first of all, how much? 50 lakh. Or average annual turnover is more than rupees 2 crore in the immediate three preceding financial year. Then a 1% company may lose its status. So the correct answer is A. Correct answer is A. 50 lakh, 2 crore and 3. Clear? Done? Now next question. XYZ is a limited liability partnership, was formed to provide a consultancy service in India. Consider the following two scenarios regarding its financials. So there are two scenarios. Situation 1. In the first year of operation, XYZ Limited Liability Partnership has total partner contribution of rupees 20 lakh and a turnover of rupees 35 lakh. Second, in the second year, the business operation expanded, leading to the partner's contribution increased to 4,50,000 and a turnover of 45 lakh, right? Now, based on the above situation, which of the following statement is correct? So, in the second year, the expanded its operation, leading to the partner's contribution increased to 45 lakh. It is not 4,50,000, it is 45 lakh, and a turnover of again 45 lakhs. So correct, tell me the correct answer, everyone. Everyone, please answer this question. So the correct answer is what? Turnover increased to 4,50,000. I think this is correct. Just please tell me the correct answer. Little bit confusing, Mansi. Don't worry. So, limited liability partnership. In a limited liability partnership, we know that there is a small limited liability partnership. And a small limited liability partnership says that the contribution of the partners doesn't exceed 25 lakh and the turnover doesn't exceed 45 lakh, right? First year, the contribution is not exceeding 20 lakh, whereas the turnover is 35 lakhs. So both are within the limit of a limited liability partnership. But in second year, when the business are expanded, so their contribution increased to 4,50,000 means 20 lakh plus 4,50,000. Okay. And the turnover increased to 45 lakh. Okay. Now, there is a upper limit on the small liability partnership also, limited liability partnership also, if you all remember. The basic contribution shouldn't be exceeding 25 lakh, but if it exceed 25 lakh, it should not be exceeding the overall 5 crore value. Okay, so if we are taking it as 45 lakh or so, or 4,50,000 or so, the contribution is not increasing the 5 crore, which is the maximum or the most upper limit, and the turnover shouldn't be exceeding what, 50 crore. So if the maximum limits are concerned, 5 crore and 50 crore, the contribution 5 crore and the turnover 50 crore, so the situation 2 is also within the limit of limited liability partnership. So XYZ limited liability partnership still qualifies to be a small limited liability partnership in both the situations. So in first the situation, they are not exceeding the basic criteria. In the second situation, they are not exceeding the uppermost limit. So in both the situation, they are actually considered as a small limited liability partnership. Clear? Now any doubt? Now any doubt, Manasi? Now any doubt? Okay, next question. Which of the following is correct in case of pledge? Now you have to choose the correct statement in case of pledge. First, ownership remains with the borrower, but possession it with the bank. Both the ownership and possession remain with the borrower. Ownership and possession both are transferred to the bank. Possession is with the borrower, but ownership is transferred to the bank. Which of the following is the correct case of pledge? Everyone. Correct case of pledging. Very easy. Correct stage of pledging. Everyone, please answer this question. Very simple. Which of the following is the correct stage of pledging? Correct case of pledging. So the correct answer is, everyone, please answer this question. Okay. First of all, when we are talking about the pledging case, right? Ownership remains with the borrower, but possession is with the bank. This is the correct answer. In pledging, you have to transfer the possession to the bank, whereas the ownership remains with the borrower. So, yes, A is the correct answer. Simple, A is the correct answer. Done. Now, next. The shares of a public limited company are the shares of a public limited company are? First, it is not transferable, it is transferable, it is sovereign security or negotiable. So the correct answer is, everyone, please answer this question. The shares of a public limited company are not transferable, transferable, sovereign security, or negotiable. So the correct answer is, everyone. Please answer this question right, everyone. Please answer this question. Shares of a public limited company are. So, when we are talking about the shares of a public limited company, it is always transferable. Whereas in private limited companies, the transferability of the shares are restricted. Okay, so the correct answer is B here. Right? Good. Next. ABC Manufacturing is assessing its working capital requirement for the upcoming financial year. Now, consider the following two scenarios regarding its expenditure. First, ABC Manufacturing allocates rupees 10 lakh for the purchase of raw material, 2 lakh for the rent payment, and 3 lakh for the employee wages. Second, situation 2. In a bid to expand, ABC manufacturing plant plans to invest rupees 15 lakh in setting up a new plant, while also allocating rupees 5 lakh for raw material and 1 lakh for the wages. Now, based on the above situation, which of the following statement is correct regarding the component of the working capital? Both the situation only include those units which are a part of working capital. Situation 1 includes the item that are a part of working capital. Situation 2 include the item which are a part of working capital. Neither situations include item which are the part of working capital. Very simple, you have to identify the working capital um, components here. Everyone, working capital components here. So the correct answer is what? Everyone, just kindly answer this question. ABC Manufacturing is assessing its working capital requirement for the upcoming financial year. Consider the following statement regarding its expenditure. So the correct answer is what? Everyone. So ABC Manufacturing allocates rupees 10 lakh for the purchase of raw material. Raw material is a working capital. 2 lakh rupees for rent payment, working capital, and 3 lakh rupees for the employee wages. So this is all complete component of the working capital. Now, in a bid to expand, ABC manufacturing plant invests rupees 15 lakh for setting up a new plant. Now, this is not a working capital. This is a fixed capital or fixed expenditure, right? Raw material and wages are working capital, but new plants are not a working capital. So situation 2 doesn't include all the items which are related to the working capital. So 1 cannot be the answer. Yes, B is the correct answer. C cannot be the answer. D cannot be the answer. So B is the correct one. Right, Swarna. Okay, now good. Next question. We have to choose the incorrect statement here. Now we have to choose what incorrect statement. Higher the risk, higher is the profitability. Lower the risk, lower is the profitability. Second, fixed asset are less profitable than the current asset. Third, short-term funds are more expensive than long-term funds. Now you have to choose the incorrect statement here. Everyone, incorrect statement. Everyone, please answer this question. Incorrect statement here. Choose the incorrect statement. Everyone, you guys, please answer this question. First, higher the risk, higher is the profitability. Lower the risk, lower is the profitability. Correct. Fixed asset are less profitable than the current asset. Wrong. Fixed asset are more profitable than the current asset. Short-term funds are more expensive than long-term funds. Wrong. They are less expensive than compared to the long-term fund. So second and third, these are the wrongest statement. First is the correct statement. We have to choose the incorrect statement. So second and third means B is the correct answer. B is the correct answer. Anu, B is the correct answer. Good. Good, guys, everyone. Now, next. Ravi, who is a 16-year-old minor, urgently need a laptop for his online classes and approaches a bank for loan. Minor. Now, bank approve a loan of rupees 50,000 specifically for this purpose. However, Ravi's parents are unaware of this loan. Few months later, Ravi default on the loan repayment and the bank is unsure about the recovery option. Now, which of the following statement is correct regarding the bank liability to recover the loan? First, the bank cannot recover any amount since Ravi is a minor. The bank can recover the loan amount from Ravi's parents since they are responsible for all his debt. The bank can seek recovery from Ravi's estate for the loan taken for a necessary item. The bank can recover the amount only if Ravi's parent co-signed the loan agreement. Everyone, please answer this question now. Very simple, yet a very tricky question, everyone. Very tricky question, everyone. Please answer this question. You have all to answer this question, guys. Ravi is a 16-year-old minor, urgently needs a laptop for his online classes. Now, all of you are saying, when we are talking about Section 68 of Indian Contract Act, if you all remember, Section 68 of Indian Contract Act, right? Now, Section 68 of Indian Contract Act says that a minor estate is liable for the recovery of the dues if the loan is given especially for meeting the necessities of that minor. When we are concerned with the laptop, it is a necessity or necessary item for today's generation. Why? Because it is important for having the online classes, etc. So the loan which is taken is actually for the necessity of the Ravi. So if Ravi defaults on loan, then the Ravi's estate are liable for the recovery of loan because the loan are taken for the necessary, and this is according to Section 68 of Indian Contract Act. So the correct answer is C. The correct answer is what? C, everyone. Done. Now, next question. Rahul run a construction company and had secured a contract to build a new shopping mall. Okay. The client requires him to provide a bank guarantee to ensure that he will fulfill the obligation under the contract. To meet this requirement, Rahul approaches his bank for a guarantee. In this scenario, which of the following statement accurately describe the parties involved in the bank guarantee? Now you have to see who are involved, whatever the parties means Rahul, client and bank. These are the three parties which are involved in this complete contract. So which describe what, everyone? Which describe what, everyone? Please answer this question. Which describe what? So the correct answer is, everyone, please answer this question. Okay, now answer is coming. C and all and everyone. Okay, so Rahul runs a construction company and secured a contract to build a new shopping mall. The client required him to provide a bank guarantee to ensure that he will fulfill the obligation. Okay, so Rahul runs a construction company and secured a contract. So Rahul is what? Rahul is considered as the debtor. Rahul is the principal debtor in this case. Okay. Now, the bank is providing the guarantee. So bank is the surety in this condition, and the client is the creditor in this condition. Rahul is the creditor, false. The client is the principal debtor, false. Bank is the surety, Rahul is the principal debtor, right, and the client is the creditor. C is the correct answer. C is the correct answer, guys. Good. Next question. We have to choose the correct statement about the gross working capital. First, it is the capital invested in the total current asset of the enterprise. Choose the correct statement. First, it is the capital invested in the total current asset of the enterprise. Second, current assets are non-tangible, immovable assets that are not recoverable in cash. So we have to choose the correct statement here, everyone. Now, please answer this question. Correct statement here. Please just answer this question, everyone, guys. Choose the correct statement regarding the gross working capital. Correct statement regarding the gross working capital. Okay, it is the capital invested in the total current asset of the enterprise. Current assets are non-tangible. No, they are tangible, movable asset that are recoverable in cash. So second is the wrong statement. Current assets are always tangible, movable asset that can be recovered in cash, right? So second is the wrong statement. First is the right statement. We have to choose the correct statement. So first is the correct statement. One only. Okay, done. Good. Next question. Now choose the incorrect statement regarding the cash budget. Okay, cash budget. We have to choose the incorrect statement regarding the cash budget. Cash budget is a statement of cash receipts and cash payment. Second, it is the distinct from the cash flow statement because cash budget deals with both cash and non-cash, whereas cash flow statement deals with only cash transaction. A cash budget is usually prepared for a longer period of time. Now we have to choose the incorrect statement here. Incorrect statement here. We have to choose the incorrect statement here, guys, everyone. Choose the incorrect statement here, each and every one of you. Please answer this question, guys. Choose the incorrect statement about the cash budget. Okay. Okay, so first when we are talking about the cash budget, it is the statement of cash receipts and cash payment. It is distinct from the cash flow statement because cash budget deals with both cash and non-cash flow. False. Cash flow statement deals with both cash and non-cash fund. Whereas cash budget, this is dealing only with the cash. So second is the wrong statement. Now, third, a cash budget is usually prepared for a longer period of time. False. It is usually prepared for a shorter period of time, say 1 year. So, second and third, these are the incorrect statement. First is the correct statement. So, A is the correct answer, everyone. Swarna is correct. A is the correct answer, guys. Okay, done. Okay, good. Next, Company A. Company A is exporting goods to Company B and arrange a letter of credit from its bank. The letter of credit is specified that the payment will be made to Company A upon the presentation of certain documents. including bill of lading and an invoice. Okay. Now, situation says that company A ships the good and present the required document to the bank. However, the bill of lading shows a different shipment date that was stipulated in the letter of credit. Now, what will the bank most likely to do in this situation? First, the bank approve the payment immediately since all the documents were submitted. The bank will refuse the payment because the document do not conform to the terms and conditions of the letter of credit. The bank will ask company A to provide a corrected bill of lading. The bank will contact company B to get approval for the payment. So the correct answer is everyone. Correct answer is what? So we have to choose the correct statement here. So the correct answer is what? Everyone. Sorry. Okay. So first, you know that letter of credit always defines some terms and condition that I have explained in today's morning session only. That letter of credit always defines some terms and conditions, and based on that terms and conditions, the approval of the payment is done. If the letter of credit, if you are not following the terms and conditions which are mentioned on that letter of credit, the payment can be rejected by the bank. So in this condition, the bill of lading is showing the different shipment date that was stipulated in the letter of credit. So obviously the bank will reject the payment, will refuse the payment because the documents are not per the terms and condition of the letter of credit. So B is the correct answer here. Done. B is the correct answer here. Done, everyone? Good. Next. PQR enjoys a working capital facility from Bank A. It has approached the bank for LC, letter of credit limit, for the purchase of raw material. Now, the relevant information provided is that first, the projected value of the raw material consumption is 3,600 lakh. Projected value of the raw material purchase on credit is 2,400. Time taken for advising the letter of credit 10 days. Time taken for shipment and transit period 20 days. Credit period agreed upon the seller, between the seller and the customer. And the projected available credit period for the calculation of maximal permissible bank limit for funding limit, which is whichever is less, it is 30 days. Now the letter of credit limit required to be. Now you have to just answer this question, everyone. Now you have to answer this question. This question is regarding the assessment of the letter of credit limit. The assessment of the letter of credit limit. Everyone. Answer, guys. Please answer this question, guys. Now, how you calculate the letter of credit limit, the assessment of the letter of credit limit. So, when we are talking about the assessment, first of all, the time required for one cycle. We have to calculate the time which is required for one cycle of operation in the letter of credit, and that is what? 10 days plus 20 days plus 30 days. So, the total time period required in one cycle of the letter of credit is 60 days. Okay, now we have to calculate in a year there are how many cycles. Considering we have 360 days, so 360 divided by 60, which is 6 cycle. Now per cycle, what is the raw material purchased cost on credit. So here, when we are talking about the projected value of the raw material consumption and projected value of raw material purchase on credit. So in letter of credit, we have to see the credit purchase. So it is 2400. So 2400 divided by 6, that is rupees 400 lakh. So the correct answer is 400 lakh. It is the letter of credit limit under the particular assessment. Okay, so 400 lakh is the correct answer, each and every one. Done? Clear? Clear, everyone? If you have any doubt here, you are free to ask your doubt. Everyone, you guys. Any doubt in this particular question? If you have, you are free to ask your doubt. Everyone, you guys. Done? Okay. Now, next question. A proposes by a letter to B to sell his car for rupees 10,000. A proposes by a letter to B to sell his car for rupees 10,000. Now, this is known as proposal. We know that. Now, A is called as dash. And if B accept the proposal, then he become the dash. Promiser, promisee, promisee, promiser, debtor, creditor, agent, principal. So the correct answer is what? Everyone, please answer. A proposes by a letter to B to sell his car for rupees 10,000. This is known as proposal. Now A is the dash, and if B accept the proposal, then he becomes dash. Everyone, please answer this question, guys. Everyone, please answer this question. Okay. So A proposes by a letter to B to sell his car for rupees 10,000. Now, if B accept the proposal, this proposal become a promise. So obviously A is called as the promiser and B is called as the promisee. Simple. A is the promiser and B is the promisee. If B accept this proposal, so A is the correct answer, guys. Done? Clear? Now next, choose the incorrect statement here. Now we have to choose the incorrect statement here. The authority of the agent may be expressed or implied. Second, an authority is said to be implied when it is given by words spoken or written. An authority is said to be expressed when it is inferred from the circumstances of the cases. We have to choose the incorrect statement, read the question carefully, and then answer each and every one. Read the question carefully and then you have to answer. The authority of an agent may be express or implied. Now, second, an authority is said to be implied when it is given by words spoken or written. An authority is said to be expressed when it is to be inferred from the circumstances of the case. Now, we have to choose the correct statement here, everyone. We have to choose the correct statement here. Everyone, please answer this question. First, the authority of the agent may be expressed or implied. Correct. Now, authority is said to be implied when it is inferred from the circumstances, and if it is given in word or spoken, it is called as expressed. It is called as expressed when it is given in words and spoken, and it is called as implied when it is inferred from the circumstances. Right? So, second is wrong. We have to choose the incorrect statement, everyone. So, B is the correct answer. So, now we have to choose the incorrect statement, not the correct one. Incorrect statement. Okay. Now, next question. The contract under which one person delivered to another certain goods to be used for a specific purpose is known as agreement, contract, bailment, or none of the above. Very simple. Everyone, kindly please like and share the video to the maximum you can. Whoever is watching this session, kindly please like and share the video to the maximum you can. Everyone. To the maximum. Everyone, please answer this question now. A contract into which one person delivers the good to another person, okay, to be used for certain purpose. It is known as agreement, it is known as contract, it is known as bailment, or none of the above. Okay, please answer this question. Simple. It is called as the bailment. The one person who is given, for example, A is giving some goods to B for some specific reason. The contract between them, it is called as the contract of bailment, because A is giving, so A is called as the bailer and B is called as the bailey. Clear? So the correct answer is C. Now next, consider the following statement about mortgage and hypothecation. Mortgage and hypothecation. Hypothecation is related to the immovable property while mortgage is related to the movable. In hypothecation, there is a transfer of interest in the property to the creditor, but the mortgage is only the obligation to repay the money, no transfer of interest. Everyone, please answer this question. Simple, easy. Simple question, please answer this question. Please answer this question. Mortgage and hypothecation. Mortgage and hypothecation. We have to choose the correct statement. Guys, you have to carefully look and then answer. Okay, don't rush. Carefully look and then answer. First, hypothecation related to the immovable property. Hypothecation, it is related to the movable property. Whereas mortgage, it is related to the immovable property. Right? So first is wrong. Second, in hypothecation, there is a transfer of interest in the property to the creditor. False. In mortgage, there is the transfer of interest in the property to the creditor. But in mortgage, in hypothecation, there is only obligation to repay the money and no transfer of interest. Right? So the correct answer is neither one nor two are the correct statements. So D is the correct answer. Neither one nor two. Okay, good. Next. We have to choose the correct statement here. The major distinction between a pledge and a lien is in a lien there is a power of sale, whereas in pledge there is no power of sale. Second, hypothecation is a charge that is created for the assets that are immovable. In hypothecation, the assets remain in the possession of the borrower. In the event default, the borrower first take the possession and then just recover the loss. In the case of pledge, the lender will have the legal possession of the pledge asset, and the lender has the right to sell the asset in the event the borrower is unable to meet his obligation. Now we have to choose the correct statement here. Everyone, choose the correct statement here. Very simple. Carefully look and then answer. Carefully look and then answer. You can all answer this question. Okay. So the correct answer is what, guys? First, the major distinction between a pledge and the lien is in a lien there is a power to sell. No, in a lien there is no power to sell, whereas in pledge there is a power to sell. For first is wrong. Hypothecation is a charge that is created for the assets that are immovable. False. It is created for the assets which are movable. So second is also false. First is false, second is false. Now, in case of pledge, the lender have the legal possession of the pledge asset. False. In case of pledge, Actually, yes, yes, sorry. So here it is correct. In case of pledge, lender has the legal possession. True. Lender has the legal possession, and the lender has the right to sell the asset in the if in the event that the borrower is unable to meet the obligation. So only third is the correct statement. So now there is no option, right option, which is given for this particular question. So you can say only third is the correct answer. You can say only third is the correct answer. There is no particular correct option which is given here, right? So you can say A is the correct answer. Clear? Done? Done? Now you can just say B is the correct answer, okay? Only third. Now next. We have to choose the correct statement regarding the credit policy of micro, small and medium enterprises. Credit to MSME is a part of priority sector lending with a sub-target of 10% of adjusted net bank credit or credit equivalent of balance sheet exposure, whichever is higher for micro enterprises. Commercial bank are important channels and provide term loan only. NABARD is the principal development financial institution for promotion, financing and development of MSME sector. We have to choose the correct statement here, everyone. Choose the correct statement. Everyone, you guys, choose the correct statement. Choose the correct statement. Now we have to choose the correct statement here, everyone. Simple, you can all answer this question. This is simple. You can all answer this question, guys. So now let's talk about credit to micro, small, and medium enterprises is a part of priority sector lending with a sub target of 10%. No, it is 7.5% of adjusted net bank credit or COB, whichever is higher. Okay, so first is wrong. Commercial bank are important channels and provide term loan only. False. It provide term loan and working capital loan both. NABARD is the principal financial institution for the promotion of MSME. False. It is SIDB, Small Industrial Development Bank of India. So none of the above is the correct statement. So D is the correct answer, everyone. None of the above is the correct statement. So D is the correct answer. Okay. Now next. CGT MSC is a financial initiative in India aimed at providing a collateral free credit facility. It doesn't apply to which of the following? Micro, small, medium, or it applies to all? CGT MSC, you can all answer this question. First of all, just tell me the full form. If you are telling the full form, you remember the full form, then it is a very easy question. But if you don't remember the exact, you can say, if you don't remember the particular full form, then you will not able to answer, everyone. CGT MSC is a financial initiative in India. Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for micro and small enterprises. So it include micro, it include small, but it doesn't include MS medium enterprise. So C is the correct answer. It is correct Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for micro and small enterprises. So obviously medium enterprises are not included in this particular initiative. Okay. Next question. Which of the following statement is true about Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana? The scheme provides a life insurance cover of rupees 30,000 of the account holder with RuPay debit card. The scheme provides an accidental insurance cover of rupees 1 lakh to the account which is opened after 28th 8 2018, available with the RuPay card. Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, please answer this question. So the correct answer is it is upon the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Everyone. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Everyone, please answer. Okay. So the scheme provide a life insurance cover of rupees 30,000 for the accounts with rupee debit card. True. The scheme provide an accidental insurance cover of rupees 2 lakh to accounts which are opened after this date. If it is opened before this date, then it is 1 lakh. If it is opened after this date, then it is 2 lakh. So second is wrong. Okay. So first is the correct statement, second is the wrong statement. So first only is the correct answer. Okay. Next. The bank has a total advance of 1,000 crore investment in the SLR security. The same question is asked in the previous examination cycle. Securities worth rupees 250 crores, billed rediscounted with RBI of rupees 150 crore. Calculate the adjusted net bank credit using the RBI guidelines for the priority sector lending. Very simple. A and B, C. Adjusted net bank credit you have to calculate. A and B, C. Adjusted net bank credit. Everyone. Everyone, please answer this question. Adjusted net bank credit. So, adjusted net bank credit is equals to total advance minus investment in the SLR, which is 250, plus the bill re-discounted, which is 150. So, 1,000 minus 400, it is 600 crore. So, A is the correct answer. Everyone. Right? A is the correct answer. Done. Next, last. Normally, the following is statement about forming the self-help group. Normally, members in a group shouldn't exceed 30. Otherwise, the registration become compulsory. Generally, all the members belong to the families below poverty line. If necessary, maximum 20, exceptionally 30% are allowed from marginally above the poverty line. Self-help group has more than one member from the same family. We have to choose the correct statement here. This is the last question, everyone. Now we have to choose the correct statement, everyone. Very simple, correct statement. So the correct answer is what? Right. First, normally in a self-help group, the member shouldn't be exceed 20. Otherwise, registration become compulsory. First is wrong. Second is the correct statement. Self-help group has more than one member from the same family. No, one member from one family. So first and third are wrong. Only second is the correct statement. So C is the correct answer, everyone. Right? So this is done. This is completed. This is the whole chapter, everyone. This is the whole module B. I hope that you have all enjoyed the questions. A very good quality questions for all of you. Numericals plus theoretical plus a statement plus case study plus one word. Every type of questions are covered in this marathon session. So thank you so much for watching this video. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much. Please like and share the video to the maximum you can. And if you haven't subscribed this channel yet, please subscribe this channel and press the bell notification icon. Thank you. Have a very nice day, everyone. Take care. Bye, everyone. Take care.